Hello, all my dear students. Today we are going to see the XOR gate. We have to see the construction details and the working principle of this XOR gate. This XOR gate is constructed by using the all basic gates. As we had seen, the all basic gates, which are those basic gates? The basic gates are the OR gate, then the AND gate, and then the NOT gate, or it is we call as a inverter gate. Okay, so these three basic gates we had seen. After that we had seen the derived gates and the two derived gates we had seen. From that, the first one is the NAND gate. We had seen the NAND gate, and the second one gate we had seen, that gate is the NOR gate. Okay, so before going towards the working details, the principle of the XOR gate, I like to tell about the OR gate, the AND gate, and the NOT gate. Okay, if you not seen the video about the basic gates, then it is available at the cards. Okay, or I will provide it in the link of these three gates in the description box. Okay, now here we have to see in brief what is the OR gate, AND gate, and the NOT gate, because here the XOR gate we have to construct by using the basic gates. Okay, so first we see the NOT gate. What is the NOT gate? The NOT gate is we call as an inverter, as it inverts the input at the output side, so it is we call as an inverter. Its logical equation is y equals to the NOT gate, or the inverter's logical equation is y equals to a complement. If we apply the input, that input is the a, then its output becomes y equals to a complement. If we apply the input, that input is b, then its output is equals to b complement. If we apply the input a plus b to the inverter or to the NOT gate, then its output becomes y equals to a plus b complement. Whatever the input we apply, for example, if we apply the input, that input is a dot b, then its output becomes a dot b complement. If we apply the input a plus b in bracket, out of the bracket it is supposed to be c, then its output becomes a plus b dot c complement. Okay, so whatever input we apply to the inverter to the NOT gate, then its output, that output is inverted at the output side, so that's why this gate is we call as an inverter gate. Okay, now this inverter symbol is like this. Here there is a one triangle, and here there is a one bubble, and the output is y. The NOT gate is having a single input and a single output. Input is if a, then its output becomes y equals to a complement. Okay, now the second gate we have to see, and that second gate is the OR gate. That second gate is the OR gate. This OR gate is having the two or more inputs. The OR gate may have two or more inputs, but the output is only one. Its output equation is given by y equals to a plus b, or we can read it as y equals to a or b. We read it as y equals to a or b. Then what is the logical statement of the OR gate? The OR gate having two or more inputs. The OR gate having two or more inputs but only one output. This is the construction of the OR gate. But what about its logical equation. What about its logical statement? The OR gate produces logically high output. The OR gate produces logically high output means output Y is equals to 1 when it's any one, A or B, as its name indicates, A or B. If it's any one input, either A is equals to 1 or B is equals to 1, or both A and B are equals to 1. The OR gate produces logically high output when its any one input is logically high or all inputs are logically high. Okay, so this is the OR gate. We have to draw the symbol of the OR gate, and to draw the symbol of the OR gate, here we have to use the curve type of symbol. This type of symbol we use for the OR gate. Here the inputs may be A and B, two inputs or more than two inputs. Here I am showing the two input OR gate, and here its output is Y. Y equals to A plus B. Okay, this is the OR gate. Okay, now we have to see the third gate, and that third gate is the AND gate. The AND gate is important for us, and here the AND gate having the equation, logical equation, that logical equation is Y equals to A dot B. See, the first gate we had seen, the NOT gate having the logical equation Y equals to A complement. Second one gate we had seen, that is the OR gate having the logical equation Y equals to A plus B. And now the third gate which is having the logical equation, that logical equation is Y equals to A dot B. Y equals to A dot B. If we look at the equations of these three gates, then you get the equations of all these three gates are different, as well as their logical statements and the working principle is also different. The idea behind each and every gate is different. The AND gate produces logically high output when and only when its all inputs are logically high, otherwise its output is logically low. Okay, so what type of symbol we use for the AND gate? We use the symbol for the AND gate like this half circle we have to draw. Okay, so here the two or more inputs it may have. I am showing here only the two input AND gate. The inputs are A input and the B input, and here at this side we use the output, and output equation is Y equals to A dot B. Okay, so here we had seen the all three basic gates which we required for the construction of the XOR gate. Okay, now we will see the sequence of the XOR gate working details and the construction. As we had seen the various gates earlier, writing sequence is same for the all gates. First upon we see the construction of the XOR gate, how the XOR gate is constructed. Then we will see the logical statement, but here I am going to break this sequence for your better understanding. First upon I will say the logical equation. After the logical equation we draw its truth table. Okay, but your writing sequence is as per the given sequence on your screen. First we see the construction, then we will see the logical equation, then truth table, and after this truth table we define the XOR gate. Then we will draw the logical diagram and the symbol. Okay, after that we will see how the XOR gate can be constructed by using the NAND gate and the NOR gate, and then we will see some applications of the XOR gate. As per our syllabus, the applications are controlled inverter, the XOR gate applications available in our syllabus, and the important applications are here: the controlled inverter, then parity generator or the parity tester, then half adder, full adder, binary adder subtractor. In detail we have to see all of these applications, but for now we have to consider only the XOR gate, how the XOR gate is constructed, what is the logical statement of the XOR gate, what is the symbol of the XOR gate. The XOR gate is constructed by using these three gates: the NOT gate, then we require to use the AND gate, and we require to use the third one gate, that gate is the OR gate. These three gates we require to use for the construction of the XOR gate. Now, why we are using these three gates? We are using these three gates because we have to produce the output. That output is the mod 2 addition. The output is the mod 2 addition, or in other words we can say the output of the XOR gate is the different output than all the gates we had seen. The XOR gate may have the two inputs or more than two inputs, but only one output. Now we have to construct it by using the all basic gates, but someone having the question why we are going to construct this XOR gate by using the all basic gates. The answer is its equation. If you see the equation of the XOR gate, which is given by y equals to a bar b, a invert b, or we can read it as a bar b plus a b bar, a bar b plus a b bar. Now if you observe this equation, then you get this is having the operation of all three basic gates. How? See here, a complement is there. The a complement we obtain by using the NOT gate. We obtain it by using the NOT gate. Then a bar b is there, a bar b, and a b bar is there, a bar b and a b bar is there in that equation. This can be obtained by using the AND gate, means we require to use the NOT gate as well as we require to use the AND gate. And if you look at the plus sign, the equation is y equals to a bar b plus a b bar. Okay, a bar b plus a b bar. For getting the a bar, we use the NOT gate. For a bar b oblique a dot b bar, we use the AND gate. And for a bar b plus a b bar, we require to use here one gate. That gate is the OR gate. It means for construction of a logical diagram, for the construction of a logical diagram for this equation, we require to use these all basic gates. Okay, so that's why we are saying here the XOR gate is constructed by using the all basic gates such as the NOT gate, AND gate and the OR gate. But how we can construct it, that we have to see, as well as we have to see how it is different than the other gates. Its logical equation is y equals to a bar b plus a b bar. Logical equation is a bar b plus a b bar. Then how we have to construct it, that is the requirement. We can construct it by using the all basic gates, but where we have to apply the input and where we get the output. One thing we have to remember while drawing the logical diagram, instead of starting at the input side, we start at the output side so that you can draw the diagram very well. Okay, so here for drawing the logical diagram, this is the logical equation. We have to draw the logical diagram by using this logical equation. For the construction of the logical diagram, here we have to draw it from the output side. So here at the output side there is one OR gate we require to use. Why we are using the OR gate at the output side? Because this equation is in a form of the sum. Here the two types of equation we have in the Boolean algebra or in digital electronics. One is we call SOP, sum of the products. One is we call sum of the products, and second one is we call the product of the sum. Okay, for the product we use the AND gate. For the product we use the AND gate, and for the sum we require to use the OR gate. Here we require to use the OR gate. Okay, so here if this equation we have A complement B plus A B complement, or we can say A bar B plus A B bar, it means here this equation is in the sum of product form. Okay, so for the sum we require to use the OR gate here. So the output of this OR gate is Y equals to A bar B plus A B bar. Y equals to A bar B plus A B bar. It means here the input for this OR gate, the first input for this OR gate is A bar B. Are you getting it? We have to draw the logical diagram. We have to draw the logical diagram of the XOR gate, as the equation of the XOR gate is Y equals to A bar B. Y equals to A bar B plus A B bar. So therefore here we have to get the output. That output is A bar B plus A B bar. Here this output we get by using the OR gate. So the lower input is A B bar. Now this A bar B we have to obtain by using the AND gate. Why we are using the AND gate here? Here we have to obtain the output. That output is A bar B. But why we are using the AND gate? Because the output of the AND gate, actual output of the AND gate is AB. Okay. So here we are using the AND gate. But what is the input for the AND gate? First input for the AND gate is the A bar, and the second input for the AND gate is the B input. First input is A bar, second input is the B. Like the upper side here, at the lower side again we require to use the gate. That gate is the AND gate, because here we have to produce the output. That output is A B bar. Output is the A B bar, and this A B bar is obtained by using the AND gate. Again here this AND gate having the two inputs. First input is A and the second input is the B bar. Okay, so where from we get the B bar and A bar? We get the A bar and the B bar from the NOT gate. So here again we require to use the NOT gate. So I am using here the NOT gate as the input gate. The input to the NOT gate is A, so its output becomes A complement. Here is the input we apply, that input is the A. Its output is A complement. At lower side again, we require to obtain the B bar. So where from we get the B bar or B complement? We get the B invert by using the inverter, by using the NOT gate. So here I am going to use one NOT gate here again. So here is the NOT gate. That NOT gate having the output, that output is the B complement, B bar. Now one question arrives here. We have A input here and B input here. Here there is one more B input. Here is one more B input and the A input. So we don't keep it open. We connect it together with A and the B input. Okay. So here is the A input. Here is the A input. I am going to connect this A input to the lower side and B input to the upper side. Okay. So here is the A input connected to the lower gate and here is the B input connected to the upper gate. This is a logical diagram of the XOR gate. It is a logical diagram. In this logical diagram, we require to use the NOT gate at the input side to obtain A bar and B bar. We are using the NOT gate to obtain the A bar and the B bar. Then we are using the AND gate to obtain A bar B as well as A B bar. Okay, we have to obtain the A bar B and A B bar. For this here we are going to use the AND gate. Now the third gate we use, that third gate is the OR gate and this OR gate is used to make the logical sum of these two inputs A bar B and A B bar. Okay, so here you have to draw the logical diagram. Now by using this logical diagram, here we have to draw the symbol of the XOR gate. I am going to draw here the symbol of the XOR gate. The XOR gate is having the symbol like the OR gate. Here is the symbol of the XOR gate. The XOR gate having the two or more inputs. It have the two or more inputs and only one output. Here the symbol of this is like the OR gate. Okay, here the output Y and Y equals to A bar B plus A B bar, but we can directly write down its output like this: A XOR B. See here, it's in its equation there is a plus sign, but that plus sign is having a circle because it is different than normal OR gate. The normal OR gate is we call inclusive OR gate and this OR gate is we call exclusive OR gate. Okay, so here one OR gate symbol we have to draw and at this front side we have to draw one line. This line makes the different exclusive than the normal OR gate. Okay, so here the two input XOR gate symbol is there, A input and the B input. Its output equation we can directly write down A XOR B like this, or we can write down it as A bar B plus A B bar. If you have to draw the three input symbol, then you have to add here one input, nothing we have to do more. Okay, so this is the symbol of the XOR gate. Now we have to define the XOR gate. We have to define the XOR gate, but before going towards the definition, before going towards the logical statement of the XOR gate, here we require to use the logical equation and the truth table, because we provide the logical statement by using the truth table. So here we have the logical equation y equals to a bar b plus a b bar, or we can write down it as a x or b. We have to draw the truth table, and what we put in the truth table? We put here the inputs, a input and the b input, because only two inputs are here. Okay, but here instead of putting the value of direct output, we make the truth table as a large truth table for our better understanding, and then we'll make it as a short like the normal truth table. So here the two outputs we consider. First one is the a bar b and second one is the a b bar, and then we'll see the final output. That final output is a x or b. Final output is the a x or b. Okay, so the first combination we use here, you have to keep in mind for all logic gates as well as for the all digital circuits truth table, the sequence of the applying the input, writing down the input conditions in the truth table is like the binary counting sequence. Okay, 0 0, if the two inputs are there, then we use 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. Okay, so here the first combination is a equals to 0 and b equals to 0. A equals to 0, b equals to 0. A bar means equals to 1. Okay, so 1 dot 0, 1 dot 0 is equals to what? It is equals to 0. A is then here at the second output. A is equals to 0, B is equals to 0, B bar, B complement is equals to 1, 0 dot 1, 0 dot 1 is equals to again 0. So A bar, A B bar is equals to 0. Now here the final output, that output equation I am going to change here. Once again I am going to write down the actual equation, which is A bar B, A bar B plus A B bar. Okay, so A bar B is equals to 0 and A B bar is also equals to 0. So we get output is equals to, the output is equals to 0. Okay, then the second combination we see, which is equals to A is 0 and B is equals to 1. A is 0, B is equals to 1. It means here A bar is equals to 1. A bar is 1, B is equals to 1, means it is 1 dot 1. It is 1 dot 1. So therefore here we get the output, that output is equals to 1. Okay, here again A is equals to 0. It is A equals to 0. B bar is equals to 0. Why? Because B is equals to 1. So here we get it is equals to 0. The final output is equals to 1 because 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. Okay. Now A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 0. Then the output we get here at A bar B is equals to 0 and A B bar is equals to 1. The final output we get A bar B plus A B bar or A X or B is equals to 1. Then the last entry comes and it is A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 1. A is equals to 1, B is equals to 1. Here A bar is equals to 0. So therefore A bar B is equals to 0. For the second output we get here it is equals to 0 because B bar is equals to 0. The output we get, that output is equals to 0. Here if we look at the output sequence, we get when both inputs are 0, 0, output is equals to 0. When both inputs are 1, 1, the output is equals to 0. When the different inputs we applied, A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1 and A is equals to 1, B is equals to 0, then the output Y is equals to 1, 1. This truth table is different than the all gates truth table. Okay, so by using these outputs here we can define the XOR gate, but I think before going towards the definition we make the truth table as a common truth table, as a short truth table once again, so we can get here the exact definition. We can easily define the XOR gate. The first entry we had seen that is A equals to 0 and B equals to 0. A equals to 0 and B equals to 0, then we get the output Y is equals to 0. When A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 1, at that time we get the output Y is equals to 1. Third combination we had seen, that is A equals to 1 and B equals to 0. Again we get the output Y is equals to 1. Last combination we had seen, A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 1. At this time we get the output Y is equals to 0. Okay, so here this is the table for the 2 input XOR gate. For the 2 input XOR gate, and by using this table we can define the XOR gate produces logically high output. The XOR gate produces logically high output when the different inputs are applied. The XOR gate produces logically high output when the different inputs are applied, such as A is equals to 0, B equals to 1, or A equals to 1 and B equals to 0. Okay, then secondly we can say the XOR gate produces logically low output. First entry is here. The XOR gate produces logically low output when equal inputs are applied. When the same inputs are applied, the XOR gate produces logically low output when the equal inputs are applied. When the same inputs are applied, and the same XOR gate produces logically high output when the different inputs are applied. This is logical statement for, this is the logical definition, logical statement for the 2 input XOR gate. Once again I recall the logical statement. The XOR gate provides, the XOR gate produces logically high output when the different inputs are applied, and the same XOR gate produces logically low output when the same inputs are applied. But what if we have more than 2 input XOR gate? If more than 2 input XOR gates is there, then we have to use the different logical statement. Why we are going to use the different logical statement for the more than 2 input XOR gate? The reason is here, if we have the 3 input XOR gate, then we cannot apply the equal inputs, the different inputs can be applied. Okay, so that's why we have to use the other definition. The XOR gate produces logically high output. The XOR gate produces logically high output when odd number of, listen it carefully, you can note down also in your notebook. The XOR gate produces logically high output when it has odd number of logically high inputs. The XOR gate produces logically high output y equals to 1 when it has odd number of logically high inputs. We can apply this one definition also for the 2-input XOR gate. In this 2-input XOR gate, here the output y is equals to 1, y is high when the odd number of logically high inputs are applied. From these 2 inputs, only one input is high. It means A is high, or either B is high. Only one input is high and one is the odd number. So that's why we can say the XOR gate produces logically high output y is equals to 1 when it has odd number of logically high inputs. Like this, we can say the XOR gate produces logically low output y is equals to 0 when it has even number of logically high inputs are applied. We had seen the logical statement for the 2-input XOR gate and more than 2-input XOR gate. But for better understanding, once again, I am going to draw here the two tables of the XOR gate. Okay, so the 2 inputs we use, A input, B input, and the output is y equals to A XOR B. Output is y equals to A XOR B. This is the 2-input XOR gate. A0, B0, output y is also equals to 0. A0, B is 1, output is equals to 1. A is 1, B 0, output is equals to again 1. A is 1 and B is 1, we get the output is equals to 0. This is the table for the 2-input XOR gate. This is the table for 2-input XOR gate. Then by using this 2-input XOR gate, we can say the XOR gate produces logically low output, the first condition and the last condition. The XOR gate produces logically low output when the equal inputs are applied. The XOR gate produces logically high output when the different inputs are applied, the second condition and the third condition. Okay, here we can read it as A XOR B. 0 XOR 0 equals to 0. 1 XOR 1 is equals to 0. 0 XOR 1 is equals to 1 and 1 XOR 0 is equals to 1. Okay, now here we have to draw the table for the 3-input XOR gate. 3-input XOR gate. So the 3 inputs are A input, B input, C input, and the output is A XOR B XOR C, because 3 inputs are there. Okay, now first combination we can use, that combination is A equals to 0, B equals to 0, C equals to 0. 0 XOR 0 is equals to 0. 0 XOR 0 is equals to 0, and 0 XOR 0 means A XOR B XOR C, it is equals to 0. Okay, when A is equals to 0, B equals to 1, B equals to 0 and C equals to 1. At this time we get the output is equals to 1. How we get this is equals to 1? Because here the equation is A XOR B XOR C. A XOR B, 0 XOR 0 is equals to 0. 0 XOR 0 is equals to 0 and 0 XOR 1 is equals to 1. That's why we get A XOR B XOR C equals to 1. Third combination we can use A is 0, B is 1 and C is 0. Again here we get the output is equals to 1. A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1 and C is equals to 1. This is our fourth entry. Now we get the output Y is equals to 0. A is equals to 1, B is equals to 0 and C is equals to 0. This is our fifth entry and here its output is equals to 1. How we get its output is equals to 1? 1 XOR 0 is equals to 1 XOR 0 is equals to 1 and 1 XOR 0 is equals to what it is? It is equals to 1. So that's why we get the output is equals to 1. When the next entry we see it is A is 1, B is 0 and C is equals to 1. Then again we get the output is equals to 0. How we get it is equals to 0? See, 1 XOR 0 is equals to 1. 1 XOR 1 is equals to 0. Okay, so we get the output is equals to 0. Then A is equals to 1, B is equals to 1 and C is equals to 0. Again we get the output is equals to 0. And the last combination when all are equals to 1, at that time we get the output is equals to 1. By using all the combination we use for the 3 input XOR gate, we can say the XOR gate produces logically the 3 input or more than 3 input or the 2 input we can say the XOR gate produces logically low output when it has even number of logically high inputs. See here at this entry even number of logically high inputs, only 2 inputs from 3 inputs, only 2 inputs are logically high and 2 is what? 2 is the even number. Here in this entry again see here the 2 inputs A and C, these two are 1 1, these two are high, so again 2 is the even number. Okay, now this one entry next to the previous one, here both the inputs are 1 1, so therefore we get the output is equals to 0. Then the last entry we can say output is 1. Okay, so here we can say the XOR gate produces logically, the XOR gate produces logically low output when it has even number of logically high inputs, and the XOR gate produces logically high output when it has odd number of logically high inputs, odd number of logically high inputs. See here this entry where only C is equals to 1. When C is equals to 1, only one input is there, so therefore odd number of high inputs output is equals to 1. Then next entry here odd number of high inputs output is equals to 1. Then here at the last entry and this one entry outputs are high because odd number of logically high outputs. Okay, so here the XOR gate produces logically low output Y is equals to 0 when the even number of ones are there at the input, and the same XOR gate produces Y is equals to 1 when the odd number of ones are there, odd number of high inputs are there. Okay, so we had seen how the XOR gate produces logically low output, logically high output, and we had seen the construction of the XOR gate. We had seen Here all the sequence of the XOR gate. We had seen the construction. Then we had seen the logical statement now. The logical equation, logical diagram, symbol and the truth table. Okay. Next time we'll see the applications of the XOR gate.